So Shudder just officially kicked off their annual 61 Days of Halloween, where from now until Halloween, every Thursday, they're dropping a brand new original or exclusive release. And the Haunted Beard is here as your official one-stop shop to bring you the reviews for all, I think there's 8 or 9 movies. So if you want to follow along on Shudder's 61 Days of Halloween, this is the place to do it. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Haunted Beard. My name is Jake, and as I mentioned, I'm going to be reviewing everything Shudder releases from now until Halloween on their annual 61 Days of Halloween. And today they kick things off with Who Invited Them. I just gave it a watch, and I want to give you my thoughts, so let's get into it. So Who Invited Them tells the story of married couple Adam and Margot as they just move into their new house in Hollywood Hills and throw an evening party. However, one couple linger after the other guests leave, and they reveal themselves to be their wealthy neighbors. But as one nightcap leads to another, Adam and Margot suspect that their new friends are duplicitous strangers. So Who Invited Them is more of a slow burn thriller than like an outright horror film with some dark comedy elements mixed in. And it is the feature film debut from Duncan Birmingham, who also wrote the film's screenplay. And this is what I would classify as sort of a good kind of entry-level type horror movie. The setup here is not anything super groundbreaking. We've seen this type of story and scenario play out before. It's a bit of a home invasion type movie, but maybe not as intense or as sinister as it would typically be. And for the most part, this kind of plays out how you would typically expect, right? You've got this extra couple who stick around in Adam and Margot's house, and things start off fairly innocent enough, right? And they're just kind of mingling and talking, and they start dancing, and then the drugs come out, to calling ex-boyfriends and conversations about swinging. And so the movie just kind of slowly but surely kind of gradually progresses into a little bit darker and more sinister until you get to the end of the movie. And so for the most part, it kind of plays out how you would sort of expect this type of movie to play out. There are a few moments of dark humor kind of peppered throughout that I found myself chuckling at, just kind of the absurdity of what ends up happening with the whole situation. But this is a movie that you can pretty much tell if you're going to like or be interested in just based off of watching the trailer. If you like sort of those awkward, uncomfortable vibes, things get a little eerie, a little bit of dark, uncomfortable humor, some sort of strange and awkward, uncomfortable interactions and dialogue. This is something that I think you'll have a decent enough time with. I will keep this spoiler free, but there is a scene that occurs about 25 to 30 minutes into the movie, and it was at that point I pretty much knew exactly how this was going to play out. I wrote down in my notes, and I exactly predicted kind of the final reveal or twist ending, I guess, if you will. And so, as I said, this is a bit of an intro-level type horror. I think if you are familiar with these types of movies, you're probably going to be able to figure out at that point what exactly is going to happen in the end of the movie. Overall, this is a decent enough time. It moves by pretty quickly at like 80 minutes. I thought the performance from Timothy Granaderos as Tom is kind of the highlight. I liked just his character. He kind of gets the most time to shine, I think, and I thought he did a pretty good job. But overall, it's a decent enough watch. It's kind of one of those movies that if this is something that you think you'd be interested in, you can put it on, be entertained for 80 minutes, and just kind of be on your way. And so it's got some decent, uncomfortable, awkward vibes, got a couple spots of some dark humor. The performances are fine. The writing is pretty good. There's a couple pretty good scenes. So it's nothing super amazing or memorable, but it's also not like egregiously terrible in any way. So overall, had a fun enough time for 80 minutes of the movie. I will give it a little bit of credit, though, in terms of the actual ending itself. They did go a little bit different of a route than what I would have thought this type of movie to end. So I'll give them some points there. So with all that being said, overall, I'm going to be at like probably a 5.5, 6 out of 10 for Who Invited Them. So those are my thoughts. Let me know down in the comments, though, if you've seen this thing and what your thoughts are. Would love to hear from you. Like I said, the Haunted Beard is going to be your one-stop shop for the 61 Days of Halloween from Shudder. So come check out all the reviews from now until Halloween. That's all I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time on The Haunted Beard.